Hi everybody, Scott Crawford with Bank of Commerce Mortgage here in Merced County, where you choose personal service, and this is your Merced County real estate update. I want to briefly talk about this bus that rolled into town on Wednesday, and the name of it was Home Ownership Matters, and it's a program that the Realtors of America basically put together to help drive the inventory of homes that we have and the mess that we're in since 06, 07. And it's a good program. It's causing people to be more aware of what's going on in the real estate market, not only locally, but countrywide. I didn't make it to the bus tour, didn't know it was here, but I did some research, so I'm gonna give you a summary of exactly what it was doing and what this program is through the National Association of Realtors. And so I'm just gonna bullet point some things that they want to achieve here in America. Number one, here's 5 things that the National Association of Realtors wants our government to focus on in the next year or two. Okay, the first one is the Dodd-Frank Act. Dodd-Frank Act affected my business severely as a mortgage lender. Dodd-Frank Act has to do with regulations on banking institutions. Financial reform is basically what it is. It has caused a big ruckus in our industry, not only mortgage industry, but anything having to do with banking. And they want it repealed. And honestly, if through our voting, we can get the right people back into office, Dodd-Frank will go away. It's not good for consumers. It is bogging down our real estate industry. It is bogging down our financial institutions, business loans, commercial loans, everything that is tied to borrowing money or using money. It is totally putting a kibosh on it, and so it needs to go away. There are good pieces to the bill, the Dodd-Frank Act. It does cause financial institutions to be a little more held accountable to what they're doing with consumers. That's all really good stuff. I have 3 different licenses now because of this. I don't mind getting licensed. I like being a professional. I like doing the right thing for my consumers. It's just they've gone over the top and it's bogging down our financial industry. Some couple of numbers just on this one point of the Dodd-Frank, which could be another 15-minute video, is that hundreds of millions of dollars are spent on these regulations. There are several boards that were formed. One was the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. It has a panel of 12 people on this bureau. They all make over $225,000 a year. And all they're doing is watching financial institutions and what they're doing. It's a lot of money, and us taxpayers are paying for it. I'm not saying all of it is negative. I'm just saying it's costing us a lot of money. As far as my business goes and other financial institutions, it is estimated that we spend over 10 million hours per year to stay in regulation with this Dodd-Frank Act only. This one regulation, this one act of legislation has caused over 10 million hours spent in small businesses like mine, where we don't make a lot of money, we don't have a lot of payroll, but to spend that amount of hours to make sure we are in regulation is costing small business a lot of money, and it's forcing a lot of the little guys out. And I don't know how all of that came about, but is not helping small business at all, and that's really what our country was started to do. Just to give you some comparison, it has taken 5.5 million hours to make every single iPhone in the world up to this date. We spend 10 million hours just focusing on this one regulation, just to give you an idea. The second point that they wanted to make through this Home Ownership Matters program with the National Association of Realtors is to reduce foreclosure inventory. Obviously, our county is inundated with foreclosures. Our supply isn't that great because banks haven't been releasing property with fear of drop in values, significant drop in values, which, by the way, we don't have anywhere else to go. We're already on bottom. They really don't have to hold them. Part of their points have to do with HARP, which is the Obama program to help people refinance their homes in distressed mortgages or if they're underwater. And this has been revised, and I'll go into more of that later. Also, they want Fannie and Freddie Mac to prioritize foreclosures and short sales when they're negotiating with buyers, and that will streamline the process. I have 4 clients right at this second. I'm a small business guy that have been in short sale offer for greater than 3 months. Some have gone up to 9 months. And it's all because we're waiting for these approvals to come over from Fannie and Freddie to just sell the property. It's a property that's sitting there. It's either being lived in for free or it's sitting vacant in our county that we could actually produce property tax dollars, income. I could actually make a paycheck if we actually end up selling that house and getting an accepted offer. So that's their second one. The third has to do with open opportunities for private capital in Fannie and Freddie. And so a real key part of this, FHA has a program, it's called 203K. It's a rehabilitation loan. You can borrow more than you're purchasing the property with to do some renovations to the house. It is not open to investors right now. You cannot go in, purchase a home with a 203K loan, access $20,000 to $30,000 to fix it up and resell the property. That is against the guidelines. It's only for owner-occupied homes. So what the realtors are saying is let's open that up to investors, let them access some funds, cheap money through FHA, rehab the house and go ahead and resell it for a little bit of a profit. We're getting somebody into a home. We actually get an owner-occupied property living here in town. I'm all for it. Increase the limits of money, properties, or number of loans that can be financed by investors. Currently, the limit between Fannie and Freddie is 10 properties. You can't have more than 10 properties financed if you're an individual, an LLC, or a corporation. And so what they're saying is go ahead and raise that limit. I've got clients even right now that would purchase more homes. It's just they have met that limit and they can't buy any more with any type of financing. And so eliminating that will allow them to buy more. They're great borrowers. They got a lot of cash. They have great credit. They'll never default for the most part. And so they should be able to access more property. The fourth point, and this is something that maybe I don't quite agree with, has to do with supporting the government controlling Fannie and Freddie Mac. And if you want a little more research, I'll give you a website to take a look at it. I won't go too deep. Fannie and Freddie was started as a private institution, taken over by the government, was reprivatized, and now they want the government to stay in control so that the Fannie and Freddie are not focused on just making money and increasing rates. They want the government to control it. And there's lots of pieces to that. You can do your own research. And then the fifth has to do with a summit, a request to President Obama, to the Senate, and to the National Housing Authority to have a national housing summit and create a new plan for what we're going to do about this real estate market and this economy. Real estate drives our economy. If people aren't buying homes, our economy is going to continue to suffer. Okay? And so if we have this inventory, the shadow inventory, which we were 700 a couple weeks ago, we're at like 581 today in the county, 581 homes that have not been put on MLS or Metro List. They're sitting with the bank. We could get rid of that. We get rid of it, put people into those houses. I have the clients to buy them. Let's release them. Let's have them purchased. And so we need a new plan. We need the government to revise what their plan is concerning housing. Let's get the economy back, especially in Merced County. We really need the help, and it's only going to come from redoing some of the things that they've come up with government-wise. I want to give you a website for more information. Those are the 5 points I wanted to hit on today. www.realtor.org. If you just do a search for the Home Ownership Matters program, I think it was right on the front page when I looked this morning. Do a little bit of research, come up with your own opinions, and just do one thing. Forward this one video, talk to one person about what's going on in our county and in our nation, and make a decision when you vote next November to make the right decisions and get our economy back going. Have a great day.